Joining me to discuss the week ahead for financial markets is Chief Analyst Allan Von Mehren from Danske Bank in Copenhagen. Hello, Allan. Thank you for joining me today. First of all, let's look at this weekend. All eyes are on Greece at the moment. How do you expect Sunday's elections to affect the week ahead?
Well, I think it will be the key event clearly for markets, and it's going to be very, very important how it turns out. Basically, it can go two ways. If the new democracy gains the majority or becomes the biggest party, that should lead to some calm in the markets, because they will likely be able to keep Greece in the euro, and so that could give a bit of relief. If on the other hand the left-wing coalition Syriza will get the main support and become the biggest party, that could be pretty chaotic for the markets. There would be great fears that Greece would leave the euro, and we would probably see equity markets and the euro go down quite a bit.
Also, the latest Group of 20 summit of world leaders will take place in Mexico. Angela Merkel said the Eurozone crisis will be the main topic of discussion. What do you think will happen at this meeting?
Well, I think, after Greece, the main thing to watch will be the G20 meeting. It will happen alongside discussions in Greece on how to form a new government. So, but the G20 meeting, definitely a lot of pressure on Germany to do something to at least make the crisis calm down. It's basically the Germans that are still resisting some of the measures that most people believe is necessary to make the crisis calm down. So definitely it's going to be a hot topic on the G20 meeting, and I think Germany will feel quite isolated on that meeting. So what's going to be interesting is to see how much is Germany going to continue to resist, and will they give in a bit to the demands from the other countries.
The US Federal Reserve will decide its interest rate levels for the month at its policy meeting, while jobless claims and existing home sales data are on tap. What do you expect to happen in the US next week, and how do you think the dollar will be performing?
Well, I think, the Fed meeting, I think we should expect to see some new stimulus from the Fed. We've seen some pretty weak data out of the US lately, job numbers, also consumer numbers we had this past week, with retail sales being very weak. So I think definitely Fed is going to do something, and that should weigh a bit on the dollar. But on the other hand, I think really what's going to happen to the dollar is going to mostly depend on what's going on in Greece and in risky assets. So my main expectations is that the new democracy in Greece will become the biggest party, and that could give some relief, and maybe strengthen the euro a little bit and weaken the dollar.
Japan's economic report is out next week. Do you think the report will have any interesting news?
Well, I think we're going to see a similar picture as we see in most places at the moment, that things are slowing down. Asia in general, we've seen pretty soft data recently, and not least out of China, and I think we're also going to see Japanese numbers show a picture that things are slowing down at the moment.
And finally, the Reserve Bank of Australia slashed rates by 25 basis points in June, leaving the official cash rate at 3.5%. The minutes of the RBA latest policy meeting will be released on Tuesday. Do you think there will be another cut this year, and when do you think it would take place?
Well, I think, the whole world now is looking at how to keep the economy going and support the economy, given all this turmoil we have in the financial markets. So I think there is room for the central bank in Australia to also do a bit more to support the Australian economy. So the timing is a bit tricky, but I think the G20 meeting could be a place where the big leaders will agree on a stimulus, and that could also influence all other countries to join in and maybe do a coordinated response to the crisis. So I think they could cut rates.
Okay, thank you very much. That is all for now, but stay tuned to Dukascopy TV for exclusive interviews and press reviews. Have a nice weekend.